What's the most embarrassing thing you ever did as a teen? I wish I'd stayed quiet. This was about 3 years ago when I was 15. We had only been dating for 2 months, so things were still in that trying to look perfect phase. It was my second time visiting his house in another city, and that morning, I made the mistake of eating a huge bowl of Weetabix. For those who don't know, that cereal is pure fiber. It was a ticking time bomb. By the time I was on the train, my stomach started growling like a wild animal. When I met him at the station, I was in literal agony. I made up an excuse that I needed to change into jeans because I was wearing a skirt, but in reality, I was just trying to use the station bathroom to save my life. Nothing came out. I took my chances and left, but as we walked through the city center, the pain became so intense I could barely stand straight. We hopped on a bus, and that's when the nightmare really began. I was shaking, sweating, and clenching for dear life. I kept accidentally farting, and luckily he blamed the poor woman sitting in front of us. I just let her take the fall because the truth was too humiliating. After a 30-minute bus ride, we had a 10-minute walk to his house. I was determined to reach his toilet, but I kid you not, exactly 20 steps from his front door, it happened. I lost the battle. It went down my leg like liquid and soaked into my shoes. In a panic, I told him to keep walking ahead because I was bleeding through my tampon. While he walked ahead, I zipped up my coat, reached inside, took off my own shirt, wiped the mess off my legs and shoes, and chucked the shirt into a stranger's garden. Once inside his bathroom, I finally let it all out and washed up. But then came the final boss. He didn't have toilet paper. He had those thick, blue, hospital-grade paper towels. I used them, but they absolutely refused to flush. I tried multiple times, but the water just sat there. Panic set in as he started knocking, asking if I was okay. There was no window, but I spotted a hole in the wall. In my frantic state, I pulled the soiled paper towels out of the toilet and shoved them deep into the wall. A week later, I was at his house again when I heard his mom screaming at his little brother for putting dirty paper towels in the wall. I felt terrible watching him get grounded for a month, but I could never confess. To this day, the memory haunts me, and I refuse to eat a full meal whenever I have to travel. Looking back, I should have just told him I had a stomach bug, but instead, I left a literal mess in his family's drywall.